Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brandon back here with another video for you guys today. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means so much to me. And today, kind of a crazy topic. A lot of people are going crazy right now. Starting to feel similar to 2018 when everybody was going nuts. But as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be going over Bitcoin. It's at last time I'm checking, it's around $40,000 again. It looks like it might want to make another high. I want to talk about, would it be smart to invest in right now, or should you hold off? What are my personal opinions on Bitcoin? Is it going to crash in the future? Is it going to go to zero, or is it going to rip up? I'm going to cover these things in this video. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. But before I get into that, hit that sub button. I post videos Monday through Friday. And I cover things under the financial umbrella, whether it's financial news, the stock market, everything in between. So if you're interested in those things, hit that sub button, please. It really helps the channel out. I'm putting out so much content for you guys, so I hope you guys really appreciate it. But with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this video. So I know I am definitely not the first person to talk to you guys about Bitcoin and just how crazy it is, how many people out there are just insane. They're telling you the dollar's gonna crash, fail. The only thing that's gonna be there is Bitcoin and crypto in general. And there are just so many different varying viewpoints on Bitcoin that it's kind of hard to shift through all of it and really come up with your own opinion. So hopefully this video kind of sheds some more light on it, maybe helps you out a little bit more, hearing another viewpoint maybe, but bear with me. Now with Bitcoin, and the longer it's been around, it's definitely pointing towards more of the future currency, maybe not totally globally taking over, but it's definitely future money. But it's definitely going to be highly valued in the future, even more than it is now if you look back at things. Because all signs are pointing to more digitalized currency. It looks like, shoot, we may even for the dollar go to digital currency. Who knows what the future holds? That is not for me to decide now. But it is definitely going towards more digitalized currency, and that is right up Bitcoin's alley, and it is perfect for that mindset. And it's perfect for Bitcoin in general, because obviously, if you guys don't know, Bitcoin's a completely digital currency. I'm sure you guys already know pretty much the basics of Bitcoin. Not only are signs pointing to Bitcoin in the future, but that also runs hand in hand with Bitcoin showing significant growth in the future as well. Now, I know Bitcoin's very volatile, but just looking at the trends and the new higher highs and the new higher lows, I mean, if you're just looking at it from a technical point and just a chart aspect, yeah, it bounces up and down a lot, but it is showing an uptrend overall. Even though it does dip a lot, it always comes back up to make newer highs, and it's really hard for it to look like it's going to be going away anytime soon. And now whenever I have a mindset, whenever it comes to Bitcoin and buying it or investing in it, yeah, it may be wary to be wanting to put a bunch of money in at Bitcoin when it's at $40,000. But let me ask you this question before you really start to invest. You should definitely treat Bitcoin, in my opinion, like a more speculative growth stock. And the reason why I say this is because you have to have like a 10-year mindset when it comes to Bitcoin. But the reason why I say this is because if you're sitting here today and Bitcoin's at 40,000, I need you to sit down right where you are and really think to yourself, where do you think Bitcoin's price is going to be in 10 years? Now, I'm sure the vast majority of you are going to say it's probably going to be much higher than it is now in 10 years. And for my answer to that would be, why are you not investing money in it now then? If you have a long-term mindset that it's going to be up in 10 years, you should be dollar cost averaging all the time. You should be trying to pile up as much Bitcoin as you can and really set yourself up for in 10 years that you'll be happy that you started doing this stuff in the present day. Because even if you wait a year, just say, oh, I need a reset. What if it only resets or pulls back like 5% and you think it's going to drop more, but it never does? And then you're going to be out a lot of money. But I think the most important thing when it comes to Bitcoin and really want to invest long term in it is to really try to dollar cost average your position in it and just get more exposure to it. So that's probably the best way to look at it, but it's very smart in my opinion too. Even though Bitcoin could be the future, I still do not believe you should be over leveraging yourself into Bitcoin, especially at these prices. Yeah, it could be much higher in 10 years, but at the same time, it could have a significant pullback and you could be out a decent amount of your net worth. So you should only be putting money into Bitcoin that you don't need readily available to you today if something bad happened to you today, if that makes sense. So say you have $1,000 that you're just wanting to find a place, a home for it. You don't want to put it into a savings account or whatever. Go ahead and throw it into Bitcoin. If you have money that you don't know what to do with, might as well either put it into Bitcoin or invest it if you don't already have investments. But another thing about Bitcoin that's really interesting, even at these highs, is that there's a lot of big money that is still getting more and more interested in Bitcoin. And I'm sure you've seen a lot of news articles, especially these last couple months, about big firms and big investors putting significant amount of money into Bitcoin, which, if you think about it, is actually insane and is giving Bitcoin more validity than ever. Because there's so many people, big investors, years and years past, that always mocked Bitcoin and said it wouldn't be a real thing. They really talked down on it, didn't believe in it. Now, giving it a couple more years and it running up a little bit more, a lot more people are coming around to the idea that Bitcoin really could be the future, and people are putting millions and millions of dollars into it, which is insane because this has not really been seen before. All these big firms and everything putting so much money into Bitcoin. If you think about it, it could be turning a new leaf now. It's really unprecedented what's going on with Bitcoin, as it's never really happened before at this rate. So time's going to really tell how this really affects Bitcoin and its price. And something you really have to think about and consider when you're having Bitcoin, especially up at these higher prices, with a lot of people having a lot of money in, like if you have a significant percentage of people that hold a decent amount of Bitcoin, if they decide to sell for a profit and they sell a lot at once, that could definitely make a dip in the Bitcoin price. So with how many people are getting millions of dollars of Bitcoin now, if they unload it and you see a sharp drop quickly, that could be the main reason why, is that somebody's just offloading Bitcoin. So if you see a significant drop in just a short time span, that's probably what it is. So the best time to do that is just to dollar cost average and just pick up coins when you can at a good price or a better price than you already had it. So just keep that in mind and don't freak out too much if you see a sharp drop quickly, because that's probably all that it's going to be. And honestly, in my opinion, just seeing on how many firms and investors are hopping on it now, it's probably only going to get bigger and bigger as time goes on. People are going to feel like they missed out some, and they're going to want to hop onto this trend, and they're going to not want to miss out on any more upside. I could see more firms, maybe even more banks, getting into crypto and Bitcoin in particular. So it's kind of a crazy future outlook, but 10 years from now, there's no telling what Bitcoin's going to be at. It's kind of a crazy thing to wrap your head around, as like 10 years ago, it was like $1 if you were mining it or whatever it was. And now it's exponentially greater than that. So now the question is just going to be, can it keep going at this crazy unprecedented rate, or is it going to slow down a little bit? That's for you guys to really do your own due diligence and to really give your own thoughts towards that topic. Now, my personal opinion on Bitcoin, I may have shown my opinion a little bit throughout this video, but I really do think Bitcoin is going to be pretty big in the future. Now, I don't know how many years that'll take, if that'll be 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. I don't have a clue. But looking at all the signs, all the big money that's going into it, different people talking about it more and more, I do feel as though Bitcoin is probably going to go even higher. I've seen people make price predictions of 100 grand this year and next year. I've even seen some people say Bitcoin's going to hit 1 million sometime. I'm not here to say that, but I definitely do think Bitcoin is going to be higher and higher and higher, especially in 10 years. I can only imagine where that price is going to be. So if you're not in Bitcoin now, it is hard to say invest in it at 40 grand, but maybe just start dollar cost averaging. Just put a little bit of money in there, just give yourself some exposure to it. And if it drops, just pick up some more. Never hurts to just get a little bit more. Exposing yourself is not a bad thing. Pause. But it's smart to at least get some exposure to Bitcoin because people are just going crazy with it. And who knows where the price is going to end up? I really do not know. That's purely speculation at this point. But all signs indicate that it's only going to be going up from here. So it should be a smart investment. But remember, none of this is financial advice. Don't listen to me. Anything you do that copies me, you probably lose some money. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. So please keep that in mind before you listen to my investment advice. But with all that being said, drop your comments down below on your opinions about Bitcoin and where it's going to go, and maybe even crypto in general. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that sub button and like button. It really helps my channel out. I'm just growing here and I post videos Monday through Friday. So if you're interested in that content, just like I said, just hit that sub button. But with all that out of the way, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll see you tomorrow.